have with me Divya Maderna. She's the MLA from Ocean. She's been one of those few MLAs who's made it very clear that I neither belong to any camp, which is the Sachin camp or the Gehlot camp. Divya, how do you view the latest which has come in, which clearly Ashok Gehlot no longer fighting for president? Do you, as an MLA, accept him back as the Chief Minister of Rajasthan, or you're waiting for the next 2 days when the High Command will make their decision?
Good evening, Preeti. To begin with, that I also confirm that I belong to Congress. I'm a Congress loyalist. Shuttling between two groups, so people forget to introduce that, there are people who happen to be Congress loyalists as well. What happened today was extremely unfortunate, very sad, because Mr. Gahlot hails from Jodhpur, from the same district as I do. In 1980, my grandfather bought this young man, introduced to everybody, and thought he's going to lead and be on the political landscape as well. And so did he. He was 3-time Chief Minister, 5-time MP, 5-time MLA. I was looking at what he was when he was briefing the media this afternoon. Very, very saddening. Just because of 2-3 people, he lost. For a handful of minutes, he lost the Delhi kingdom. He would have gone from here, been on the pinnacle post of Congress, where once chaired by Pandit Jawaharlal Nehru, Indira ji, Rajiv ji, Sonia ji, Rahul ji. And we would have seen Rajasthan would have had a proud moment. Jodhpur would have felt extremely proud. But just because of these few people, of their insecurities, Mr. Shanti Dhariwal, Mahesh Joshi ji, and whoever the 2-3 people involved in this, for their own insecurity, today he had to be sorry in front of the whole nation. He has lost, he taken a moral responsibility, and he said, I will not be contesting, because he's a very, very seasoned politician who understands that after 22 years, when they were making a propaganda of having a saying that it's a Gandhi, and everything rotates right Gandhis, a non-Gandhi president is needed for the country today. And that was happening. That was in BJP, didn't have anything to say. The Bharat Jodo has a movement at its core. They're all stunned with what's happening with Congress. But in the middle of this, when it happened, he did understand that now if he takes over as Congress president, it is going to be difficult. It is going to, morally, he will not be able to take this. BJP will make a propaganda. So he stepped down and he said, I feel sorry. And whatever that he earned in 50 years, like a shuttle, came down in a second. So I think it's very, very unfortunate for the people, 2-3 people, for their own political insecurity that they
Divya, I want to ask you, as an MLA of Rajasthan, do you feel that Ashok Gehlot has the moral right to lead you anymore?
I won't be able to comment anything, it's all been left to Mrs. Gandhi, as I saw that he said whether you're going to be the Chief Minister or not. He's left it completely to Mrs. Gandhi. It's a decision that's going to be taken by the High Command. And it always has been. That was not something new I was expecting when you say who's going to take the decision. It is but obvious, even though the one-line resolution has not been passed, which he said has been failed, his leadership was questioned, which is very, very saddening. Mrs. Gandhi will take a call on what is going to be the next step, whether he's going to continue, whether there's going to be a new phase. But as you know, my stand from day one, whatever is decided by the Congress president, whatever is decided by the High Command, all MLAs are going to stick by it.
I want to ask you one quick question, Divya, before I let you go. That one-line resolution, as an MLA of Rajasthan, do you still want that to happen? Or is it now just left to the High Command? Because that's been the culture of the Congress. Is that what you're looking at now?
When I was listening to him, and when he said that he failed and for all his life he's going to be guilty for this, I don't know what have they spoken, what has been in the four corners of the wall, what was the conversation. Is it that they've left it completely to the Congress president, or will he call another CLP, lead and ask for a one-line resolution, which couldn't happen, and the events that folded? I don't know what it is. But eventually, a very sad and unfortunate day for Rajasthan. Over smartness, miscalculation, absolutely these blue-eyed boys who were the spoons have created all this ruckus. A man who builded his career for 45 years walking on the edge of the sword, today is guilty. The other thing that I want to quote, Mr. Ashok Gehlot had quoted to India today, which is again printed, and he said, "Har galti कीमत मांगती है." और आज उन्होंने इतनी बड़ी गलती की कीमत चुकाई इन 4 व्यक्तियों या 3 व्यक्तियों की वजह से। पूरा जीवन उनका पाक साफ रहा। काजल की कोठरी में से निकले सफेद कुर्ते पे एक दाग नहीं था, और आज खून के दामन पे वो दाग लगा इनकी वजह से. He accepted कि मैंने कुछ नहीं किया, but इनकी वजह से मेरी leadership पे question हुआ. I am sorry. So I feel, you know, these people, again, just for a handful of millets, these 2-3 people, they are not understanding for their own ministerial posts. They have lost the kingdom of India that Rajasthan.
Divya, I want to ask you, is there resentment and is there aversion? To what extent is that aversion to Sachin Pilot, where Rajasthan MLAs are concerned?
I don't think when the Congress High Command decides and conveys what the decision is, everybody abides by it. It's the first time in history a Congress High Command's resolution, one-liner resolution was not passed in India. And he understands. Mr. Gehlot for the first time said that I know what the pain I'm going through, because the previous evening he said choti moti baatein. It is not choti moti baatein. You know, it is very, very grave, very, very deep, and that's why he understood and he came out and he said publicly that I'm sorry, I take the moral responsibility of this leadership. That's happened on my counterpart. I could not control it for whatever reasons. I should have been able to do it as I was leading as the chief minister. That is failed. So I don't know what happens, but everything that the Congress commands, the Congress president says, everybody will abide. The other thing that's happening, we're seeing a couple of press conferences in a day or two that's been coming out in the public domain. I think the chief minister will have to take a call. It's not going to be just a sorry. He will have to very sternly and strictly say, because he's lost everything overnight in those 4 hours on 26th evening. He lost everything. Today he stood sorry. A career where he thought he was a Gandhian principles that he had to lose being a Congress president. You know, he's already been a chief minister for 3 years, 3 terms, sorry. And 1 more year of being on that chair does not make a difference. He would progress to be at that post, which he had to very sadly say, I'm sorry. It's because of these 3 people. And yet look at the audacity of these people who are again going and saying that we will resign if so-and-so becomes, you know, what a harm have you done to somebody's career who had a long career of 50 years? What have they done? And they're still not stopping. They're still not stopping for their own political interests. And again, when they're challenging this thing, we will put our resignation. It is a challenge to the Congress leadership. It is blackmailing. It is hand twisting. And it's not accepted in Congress by any Congress person. And I'm sure the chief minister is going to pull a full stop to this.
All right. Divya, Maderna, appreciate you taking the time out and joining us. Thank you there.